Yeah, thank you, Michael. So the screen is yours.
Good. Thanks for having me. Good afternoon, everybody. And we're going to take a look for the next 15-20 minutes on how you can create your own content using Mozilla Hubs. So I just want to give you some terminology first. Okay, so when we talk about virtual reality, it has different meanings. So it could be like full virtual reality, so FULL, so complete, which is where you can move around. So if you move for example, your arms, maybe in the VR world, you can see your hands moving. If you walk one step in the physical space, then also in VR, you move one step. That's what we call fully immersive or full VR. We also have a different type of VR, which is non-immersive VR. Often like 2D, not 3D, so maybe on a 2D screen. And what you saw on Monday this week was non-immersive VR, because you didn't have a headset, which is this, but you accessed it on your computers. So it's just different types of VR, but this, what I'm showing you now, is VR, but it's WebXR. So WebXR is virtual reality, but in your browser. Okay, so often to see many virtual reality experiences, to try apps or games or educational things, you need to download an application, and often that's on a VR headset. But WebXR allows you to access with no downloads. You just enter a link into your browser on your computer, your phone, or your headset, and then you can enter this kind of 3D space. So this is WebXR, which is good because you don't need to download anything and you could do everything on your computer. So what you're looking at now is a program called Spoke. Now, Spoke allows you to create a hub. A hub is what you saw on Monday. So that room, that hotel, the reception area was a hub. But to create the hub, you need to go to Spoke, which is the creation platform. And here we're looking at my Spoke. You at the moment, I think, won't have any projects, but I have many projects here of different things I've created. I've got a church here, I've got a castle, I've got a train in London, lots of random things I'm doing. But here is the hub or space that we saw on Monday. So this is what I created, and this is what we entered. If you remember, you all arrived here, and these people are called spawn points. If you look on the right here, it said spawn point. Now, spawn just means to kind of arrive or be born, appear. And so I decided before you arrived, I said, okay, I want one person to arrive here, another to spawn here, another spawn here and here. So I created those. And if you want, you can copy and paste, move, and there we go. We have another one. So this is where you arrived. This is the space. What I did, I added some things like the logos. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. And I also added these photos, this logo, and the Sustainable Development Goals. And you can see you can move it around where you want. Finally, I also added some interactive objects, here. So I had this map, which you can see I put on the table there. You can move it up and down. Good. I put a camera and also this key card. If you remember, I gave you I presented you the key card. So you can see at the moment, this is the platform. We can add things we want. And this room, I didn't create this room. I actually I found this object, this room online, and it's available. But I adapted it for our purposes. So this is what I would like us to do together, is to create a tourism scene, okay? Something that's important for tourism. Maybe it could be, I don't know, the beach or the mountains, or a train station, a museum, an art gallery, something that's connected to tourism. I would like us to create a mini project each, and then we will publish it onto the internet and you can see it. So let's go back to my project. So I'm not going to save that. So I would like you all to go in Spoke to, see if you're logged in, you should be on this kind of page here. Can everybody click new project if you want, or you can just watch my screen. And then we will click new empty project. So don't select any of these, we collect new empty project. Also, if you want me to stop, please tell me, please send me a message, say, Michael, I don't understand, or it's too fast, or I don't, just stop me. So we have project, then new projects, and it always gives you this scene, always. I like to remove the terrain or land, this land here, I don't want that there. So on the right here, we click it, so it's terrain crater, and you can either right click, delete, like that, or you can just with your keyboard enter delete. So now we have a blank space. If you remember, this is your spawn point, so this is where you will arrive. And good. So is everybody with me? Good. Yep. So project, new project, then I remove the crater, it's disappeared. Now we have some different options here, and I can move this up and down here. My assets, these are the things that I have added from my computer. So I have different logos. I found these pictures on the internet. I also have audio recordings here, MP3 files. So you can add many different types of objects. These are mine. Architecture kit, this is where you can build like buildings, like rooms, windows, doors, etc. It takes a long time to do that. So I recommend maybe you find an existing model, like an existing scene. So for example, if you go to Sketchfab, which is a platform which allows you to see many different 3D objects. So for example, if I go to Sketchfab in my browser and I search in 3D models and I search, for example, Vietnam, whoops, sorry, I can't spell Vietnam. You have many different 3D objects relating to Vietnam. Now, many of them you must pay for. This is $58, but there are many that are also free, so you can use for your own reasons. And you can see here, I'm using my mouse, and you can actually kind of move into the building also and see. So this is Sketchfab, and what they have done with Mozilla, this Spoke platform, they've integrated many of the objects, but not all of them. Oh God, I can't spell your country, sorry, Vietnam. So we have some different things. So does anybody know this? What's this? Do you know this?
It's a dragon.
It's a dragon. Okay, so let's imagine, for example, I want to show people or talk about this dragon for tourism. So what we can do, we found this 3D object. With my left mouse button, the left button, I press and I hold. Then, you can see I'm going to drag it here. So I drag over to the left, and now you can see something happening here in the distance. It's loading. And hopefully it will load. Sometimes the models are too big, they're too much detail, so it's difficult to load. And you can see here, maybe this is going to be too much detail, but no, we can see it. So stop, pause, reflect. At the moment, I went to Sketchfab down here, the bottom left. I clicked, I searched Vietnam, or you can search anything you want. Let's search beach, enter, and we have a little beach here. What do? I left click, I hold, and I drag into this section over here, and then, okay, that didn't work, so I delete. Let's try again. Maybe we need to do a different model. Okay, that's not working today. Why not? Let's choose maybe this one. Okay, that's also not working. No problem. Let's choose this. This is good practice for dragging things. None of this is
What
working.
is the reason behind it?
I don't know. I don't know that.
But these ones are free, aren't they?
These are free, yes. Everything on here is free. Okay, this one works. So you just need to experiment. So I left click, drag. I have the beach here. I'm going to move this down so I can see the things more clearly. So you understand now, everybody, how to search for 3D models. You understand how to use them. So you left click and you drag into the space. But now what you want to do is look around the object and manipulate or change it. So what I do with to control this with I hold my left button down, and I'm moving like this, okay? So I can see different perspectives, left button. If I hold the right button down, I can move it just in like this way, not like that. So left is this, left mouse button, and right, you stay in the same space. If you hold the right button down and press W on your keyboard, you move forward. If you press A, you move left. D is right, S is back. So actually what I'm going to do, everybody, I'm going to create a new Google document for us because I understand this is a lot of information. So I'll just write the basic instructions. So we'll talk about spoke navigation. So we're going to do load spoke, projects, new project, remove or delete the terrain found on the right panel or screen. If you remember, I deleted it. Yeah. Once you've done that, on the bottom left, go to Sketchfab or Google Poly, because there's another platform here called Google Poly, which actually sometimes is better because they're not very detailed, but they're still very good. So for example, if I search, I don't know, another beach, you can see the quality is a bit lower. They're more simplistic, but they're still nice. So I select that, and there you go. We have our beach chairs up there. I'm going to move that. So you can design it how you like. This beach I'm going to put over here. So Sketchfab or Google Poly and find the 3D model you want. When you have found it, hold your left mouse button down and drag the object into the right panel. So it's called the hierarchy panel. And so if you remember, left hold over here into the hierarchy. And then you can select each object, and with the arrows you can move it up and down, left, right. You can also make it bigger and smaller. For example, this beach, I want to make it bigger, so it's like you're there, because if you see at the moment, this person is maybe the same size as the beach when they arrive. So what we do, we click the beach. Here in the properties section, it says, hang on, it says scale. At the moment, this is 1. If you make it 2, it's double the size. If you notice, it's all 2, 2, 2. If I do 3, it's 3, 3, 3. But maybe I want to make it wider and not higher, because the beach is long, not very high. So what I do is I click this button here, this like a lock, a chain, a pad, yeah, chain. I click the chain, and then if I change this to 4, the others remain or stay 3, okay? So that's the important thing to just remember. I will write this. So if you see, if I change this to 10, it's a strange shape. I want it wide. So I go back to maybe 4, and then I change the Y to, oh no, that's strange. That's very high. So let's go to change 10. Make it a bit bigger. 4. Now it looks more like a beach. Maybe I could make it a little bit wider, also 10. Possibly that's a bit better. Okay. So where's my person? Spawn points. This is the person. Up. And I want to make sure that, can you see this is the floor here? It is almost perfect. And I want to make sure my person walks on the beach, not in the water or in the sand. So this looks like a good position, I think. Actually, no, they're a bit high. Let's move down. It's probably, yeah, that's good. Okay, so this person now, when they arrive, they're going to be looking at this. But the chair is very big, isn't it? Maybe let's do it like that. It's a bit more realistic. So anyway, you can see, you experiment with the sizes. Maybe it's a bit more realistic. I'm going to take my chairs. I'm going to put these over here. And in one moment, I will publish the scene and show you. Another thing, you can see that I don't want the chairs to be in that direction. I want them to be facing the water. So here, not the scale, I don't change the size, I change the rotation, this part here. So you can maybe change them to 90 degrees like that, or 180 degrees, there you go. So you can experiment with that. And then I move this, move it back, like that. Okay, good. Go down, check. Is it on the sand? Yeah, almost. Green arrow, down. Okay. So the umbrellas are connected. Let's move that. Okay, so that's my beach. Just to tell you also, so this explains most of the instructions to change the viewing position of your scene. So look at a different angle. To look at a different angle, you must hold the right button of your mouse, hold, and then with your keyboard, you press W for forward, A for left, D for right, and S for back. So that's how to change, how to move. So again, I want to look at the other side. I hold the right button down, right, down, now D, right, W forward, and I move my mouse like that to change up or down. And there you go. So you can just fly around. Okay, so the other thing is the scale. So this, let's cut. This is to change the size, don't forget. Click the chain icon next to the X on the scale part. Next on the scale part. Then you can change the X, Y, and Z axis or side of the model to make it bigger or smaller. To change the rotation of the model. So it faces a different position. We've almost finished, everybody. No sleeping. Stay there. Different position.
We enjoy it.
Good. So it faces a different position. You change the angle of the Y part of the rotation. So if you remember, I want to change maybe the beach to a different position. I click on the model. You must click on the scene so you can see this. So you can do this with your beach, or you can find it here on the right. So then change the rotation like that. So I'm just increasing the number 111, 119, etc. Good. So yeah, you do that, and then to make it bigger or smaller, click that and then change the numbers. Let's publish this. What do we do? So we publish to hubs. So let me write this. To publish your creation, on the top right, click, surprise, surprise, publish to hubs. When you do that, you can give it a name. So, you know, if your name is Trang, you could say Trang's project or Trang's beach, I don't know. And then you can save project. So give your project a title, click save. Then here, don't worry about this. This is not very important. This just gives you a summary of the models you've used to show that you're using other people's models. Anyway, it's not important. You press save and publish. Click save and publish on the next screen. And then you get a summary of the, let's say, the details. Is the scene heavy or light? Because, you know, if you have many things, it makes the scene heavy. Okay, lots of detail, and it slows down the experience, and sometimes it doesn't open. But at the moment, there's only one thing that's high. If everything is high, maybe it will be very slow. Okay, so don't create too many objects. That's my advice. You click publish. That's just information. Click publish. And now you can see it's uploading. We've almost finished, 100%. And now, if you click OK, you go back to this project. If you click view scene, which is what we want to do, it loads a new window in your browser. So click view scene, and here you click create a room with this scene. Create a room with this scene. So we click this, and now you need to give the audio permissions for the microphones. So it's loading. There are only 2 objects, it says. So join room is what you want to do. I think you remember this from last time. Click join room. You can give access to your microphone. You can see it's listening to my microphone. You can also test your audio, or you can mute your mic. Enter room. And here we are. This is the beach. You can see the chairs I put, this, and you know, we arrived looking in that position. Why? Because if you look at your scene, there's the person, there's the spawn point, and you can see the arrow there shows they're looking in that direction when they arrive. If you want, you can change that by the rotation, always the rotation. Again, you can change to 90 degrees and they're looking at the sea. And that's it, everybody. That gives you a quick idea of how to create your scene. And if you want, you can share this with your friends or family or me. And let me just make this smaller. If you click invite at the bottom and click the first one, copy, then you can invite people and it will load up the same space. So that's it. I forgot to, do you remember that dragon we saw in the beginning? I can't see it here. It's maybe in the beach somewhere. So what I can do, if I look on the right, there's the model. I click and it appears here. So it's somewhere here. Mm-hmm. So what I can do is, let's put the dragon on the beach. And it's in a strange position, I think, this dragon. I don't know if that's the correct position. So I'm going to change the rotation to, no, it's not the y-axis, maybe it's the x. Yeah, 90 degrees. Move it down. Put it on the beach, make it a bit smaller. Minus 0.9. There we go. That's a bit better. Good. Move it. And it's very important that you always walk around your scene. You navigate around, and you do that using these instructions. These are the important instructions to move around, these ones. Because the perspective, it looks okay, but maybe it's not. So let's put this a little bit there, and then we can go. We need to publish again. You must publish. If not, you won't see it. So publish, save, publish. Okay, almost done. And then we'll finish it in 1 minute. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm happy to answer them, but let's view your scene. It's loading. And we should now see the dragon create a room with this scene. I'm following all the instructions here. Everything you need is here, I think, most of it. It's That's loading. Great. Okay, and then enter. And there we go. We're looking in that direction. And there is our dragon that maybe we can explain to tourists what it's about. I'll finish with this, everybody. If you would like to upload a photo or an audio recording of your voice, which is quite nice, you can say, hello, this is Trang's Beach, welcome to my beach, and this is located in blah, blah, blah. You can go to My Assets on the left here. You click Upload, and then from your computer, you can select photos or pictures, anything you want. I select this one. It's uploading. And it's the same process. There it is. You left button hold, you drag into your scene. It arrives here. And there we go. There's your picture next to the dragon. So it's as easy as that. That's it, everybody. I think I've finished this short tutorial. If you have any questions, you can ask me. If not, then good luck experimenting.
Awesome. Do you think I should create a space in the platform, and then the student can share their work, and easier for you to go in and you can have a look?
So unfortunately, with this platform here, Spoke, you can't see other people's projects. You can only see your project. So
what about
for example,
yeah.
Exactly. The link is the only option. So I also, just to tell everybody as well, if you don't want to publish, because when you publish, it saves automatically, or you can click these 3 lines at the top left, and it's File and Save Project. I recommend you save your project regularly, and I also recommend you save a second version of your project. So File, Save As, Trang's Beach, Backup. because sometimes there are problems and you spend a long time creating something and there's some problem with the scene. It doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes. So have a backup. And then if you go to this icon, back to projects, you'll see both your projects here and you can open them. So yes, I think it would be good if the students want to send me their projects, or we can take a look together. And also, I'm available if anybody has any questions or you need help. You can send me a screenshot, or you can send me a message, and we can help you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. And anyone would like to ask any question?
Yes.
Come on, go ahead.
Can you listen?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a thing that I'm wondering how to insert image into Spoke. Like, I mean, those logos and image that you mentioned earlier in the office that I have attended last Monday.
Okay. So, like I showed you, so with your projects, you must, on the left here, this is the important section because this gives you lots of different things. So we saw Sketchfab models, we saw Google Poly models. I recommend you use Google Poly because they're a lot more simple. To insert your own picture, you go to My Assets, and then these are my assets here. So upload, My Assets, upload, and then on your computer, you can select anything you want. So for example, I'm going to select this, open, it loads, and it arrives here. And then like with the same thing with the models, you left click, drag over here, and then you can see it's down here somewhere. Change the view. If you want, you can make it bigger. Okay? That's what you do. So let me write it in this instructions down here. How to add your own images. On the left menu, click My Assets. Then on the right, near the middle of that screen, click Upload. Select the files from your computer, and then once it has uploaded into your assets, hold the left button down to drag into your hierarchy panel on the right, and then move the image or file in your scene to the correct location. Those are the instructions. I'll do that one more time. My Assets, upload, select picture, it refreshes and there's the picture. Left click, drag, here it is. Move it up, make it big. Ta-da! Okay. I hope that's clear. Any more questions? No. Okay.
To, create something nice.
Yes. I recommend everybody just maybe in the beginning, start with something simple, experiment with the different things. Do not spend hours and hours and hours creating something because maybe the project will be too big and then you can't publish it, which will be very sad and we will all cry. So maybe just keep it simple, just practice and then build up. Right, we have chat. I think I need to practice to have more questions. You're right, Trang. Good point. Yes, you need to get your hands dirty, as we say in English now. Go and get your hands dirty, make mistakes, experiment. That's the only way you learn. Good. Well, I think that's it. I wish you all a nice Friday afternoon or evening. Have a nice weekend. And I look forward to receive your links to your Mozilla hubs. One final thing, final thing. I'll write this because many people send me their link of their Spoke project. So they say to me, Michael, look at my project, and they send me this. But no, that's not correct, because that's your Spoke and I don't have access to that. What you must do to share your project is you have two options. You can share this one of the Mozilla Hub, or down here, I recommend this one, copy. So that's it. Anyway, if you have any questions, you can message Nga or me and we can help. That's it. Nga, are we finished?
Thank you very much, Michael. And it's really interesting. I might give it a go myself as well. So this video here has been recorded, so we will publish for other students who are going to enter the competition next week. So the student will be able to go through, and probably I will invite them to share their links to our platform, and then when it happens, I will inform you as well. And if you have some time and look at those links, that'll be awesome. And hopefully like more students will be excited to look into this option as well. So thank you very much.
Thanks everybody. Have a good weekend. Speak to you soon.
Okay, thank you.